Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to break in the top 10 best point guards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM right now. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 18,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. I've gotten a bunch of comments, like a few comments over the past few days from people asking, where are the top 10s, where are the tier lists? I know it's been a few weeks, but we're bringing them back, and going to be going through all the positions obviously over the next few days. Starting with the top 10 point guards today. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Yeah, so D'Angelo Russell is who I have at number 10. I think obviously evolved D'Angelo Russell is what I'm talking about. If he's not evolved, I would not put him in the top 10. But D'Lo is 6'4", 6'9" wingspan, so he's got okay size, not insane, but definitely not terrible either. 14 Hall of Fame badges include Agent 3, Blinders, Deadeye, Guard Up, Midi Magician, Space Creator. I guess that's actually just his current gen badges, actually. So he's also got handles for days, Hyperdrive, right stick gripper, clamps, glove, ankle braces, versatile defender. Honestly, not bad on the interior either. Not amazing, but not terrible. He's not an insane slasher, but he has a pretty good, gold finishing badges, like around like a lot of the layup badges and stuff. But 93 ball, 91 speed, really good shooter with great range, great release, and he moves well as well. Solid defender. I think he's really one of the more underrated point guards in the game. You could make an argument for him higher than 10, and I wouldn't argue with it. I'm just saying the point guard position is stupid deep right now. There's guys that aren't even on this top 10, guys like Cade Cunningham and Dante Exum, who people are literally using competitively, and they're not even in the top 10. Like, the point guard position, to a certain extent, is very much opinion-based, which again continues. I have Penny at number 9. Like, I think D-Combs, some of the other guys who are competitive players on Xbox, if y'all know the competitive scene, they're like using Penny in their lineups right now as their number 1, number 2 PG. Like, the point guard position is so competitive and so complete and so versatile right now. You have a lot of options that you can use. All 10 of these guys, I would say, are competitive level point guards right now, and it really just depends on what you're looking for out of your point guard with their skill set and how much you want to spend, all that type of stuff. It just depends. So 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. Penny is just incredibly versatile. That's his value. Is he's got a bunch of he's got Hoff posterizer, a bunch of Hoff playmaking badges, although not the best badges. Defensively, he's pretty good. He's 6'7", which helps him out a lot defensively. That size is certainly valuable. So even though his defensive stats and badges don't like jump off the page, he's actually a very solid defender. Bronze Limitless is nice to add a little bit to the shooting. He's overall solid. He's overall a solid shooter. Release isn't incredible though. It's my biggest complaint is that I don't love his release. I think movement wise he's good. I think defensively he's solid. I don't think he's an incredible defender though. I like Penny. I think he's a good card. I think he moves pretty well. AI's dribble style certainly is pretty good as well. It gives you a solid push cross and all that. Normal leaner is nice. I think Penny's a really good card. I think you can make an argument from higher than number 9. For me, I just don't love the card this year. I think number 9 is where I'd have him. Number 8, and this is an interesting one. Steph Curry. Is that too high for Steph? I think it's arguable, but Steph, they really souped this card up defensively. He is better than people realize. 6'2", 6'3" wingspan. I understand he's small, but he's like a pretty solid defender. He's got 80 interior, 90 perimeter, 95 lateral, 95 steal. He's got amazing shooting badges, really good playmaking, obviously, as well. And like a 70 driving dunk, he is going to dunk the ball pretty consistently when he has an open lane. Obviously, he doesn't have bulldozer, precision dunker, posterizer, that type of stuff, and he doesn't have the interior ability defensively. But he's a really pesky perimeter defender, incredible release, great movement. One of the few like elite primary ball handlers that is available in this game right now, because honestly there just still are not that many guys who can really run your offense as the main guy at a competitive level, and Steph can give you that. Defensively, the size is going to be an issue, and that is certainly his biggest flaw, in addition to not being an incredible defender, which is why I have him all the way down at number 8. But I still like the card a lot. Jrue Holiday is who I have at number 7. Jrue is one of the best defensive guards in the game without a shadow of a doubt. Offensively, he's not insane. Doesn't have amazing finishing badges. 70 driving dunk is fine, but not unbelievable or anything. Shooting badges are good, but not insane. No Agent 3, no limitless range. Playmaking badges, again, good, not insane. Silver speed booster, silver handles for days, bronze blow by. Defensively, he's obviously a beast, and his defense is the value that keeps him being used in even a lot of competitive lineups right now. Because he guards in the interior pretty well and on the perimeter just absolutely incredible. He has some of the best defensive animations in the game, and his release is solid. It's on quick. It's kind of hitchy, but it's honestly pretty solid. His movement isn't terrible, not incredible, but not bad. Normal fade isn't bad either. I mean, he's not a bad offensive card. He's just not an elite, incredible offensive card, but he is an elite defensive point guard, and I do think he is deserving of a spot at a solidly high level on this list. Now, Magic Johnson, mainly because he's 6'9", is at number 6. Now, I don't this Magic card is weird because when I first used him, I was like, oh, this card's kind of a monster. But like the more I think about it, he's not a very good playmaker, honestly. I know he's 6'9", he's huge. He gives you a big time matchup advantage to the point guard position, and the ability to get every badge is nice, so you can upgrade shooting badges like Agent 3 Blinders, Limitless Range if you want. Add Anchor as well defensively if you'd like, but defensively he's already pretty solid. His defense with his size is very valuable. I mean, the size combined with being a very good defender and getting all the badges is super nice. His playmaking badges are incredible, but honestly, his SIGs just aren't that great. Magic never runs that well. His release is not very good, so he's certainly not a threat as a 3 hunter. He's really only a threat as a slasher on the offensive end of the court, and he doesn't move that fast, so I don't know. Like, shooting wise, his release is just too slow to be a 3 hunting release. Like I said, he's going to be green when he's wide open off a catch, shoot off a defensive mistake, but that's about the only 3 balls you're probably going to be shooting with Magic Johnson for the most part. And I mean, he's a very solid finisher, not insane, but definitely good. I like the card. I don't know. I don't love the card. Magic isn't incredible this year the way that he was last, where he was the best point guard in the game. He's still very good, and his size is very valuable, and he certainly can be used at a competitive level, as all of these guys can. But for me, I don't think he creates any higher than 6 right now. Now, I understand SGA might actually have the worst stats of any card on this list. I'm still putting him top 5 because of 2 things. The ability to get every badge, which, like Magic, is really valuable, but mainly for him, it's the animations. Yes, I understand that he's not super complete, and he does need badges upgraded as well as added. You want to add Limitless Range. You want to add probably Agent 3 as well, and then you probably want to add 3 defensive badges like Anchor, Clamps, maybe Interceptor or Glove or something like that. Now, playmaking badges are on him are also very good. My SGA, to be fair, has like 35 Hall of Fame badges, so he is still an absolute freaking menace. But just an SGA with badged up gold badges even is still so good because he's got such a smooth release, MJ dribble style, good size at 6'6", that with those badges defensively, he does hold his own defensively as well. Pro leaner, I mean, with the leaner that he has is not pro leaner. That's what they substitute when they don't know what to put. Like, they don't have the SIG for it, the pro play SIG, I guess. I don't know, but whatever leaner he has is nice. Behind the back is very good. Overall, he's kind of a beast. I'm a big fan of SGA. I think he's one of the best point guards in the game still. Offensively, he's really impactful because of how good he is and how complete he is when he's badged up with how good his animations are. And then defensively, he holds his own as well. Really good point guard card still, and I do think he does crack the top 5. Devin Booker, because, again, he is one of the very few elite primary ball handlers in the game, is also in the top 5. He's got the best fade in the game, one of the best releases in the game, amazing shooting and playmaking badges. Defensively, he's not incredible, but at least he's 6'5". That is something that I think helps him compared to like a Steph on the defensive end. And yes, he will get attacked defensively. He will be the weakest defender on the court at all times in any sort of competitive lineup, so they're going to attack Devin Booker at times. He can hold his own enough, I think, defensively to for his incredible offense to be valuable. He's still probably the best offensive card or offensive point guard anyway, I would say, in the game, with how incredible his fade is to both sides and how much separation it creates, in addition to how good his release is and how good of a slasher. I mean, I know he's not an insane slasher, but people overplay his 3 ball so well that it's really not that hard to get to the rim, and he slashes and finishes really well as well. One of the best cards in the game. Everybody knows how hard D-Book can be to stop, and he is 100% still deserving of a top 4 spot. Now, top 3. Y'all will notice a theme in the top 3. Remember, this is my opinion based on the way that I like to play right now and the way that I want my point guards to play. The top 3 is going to be a lot of defense. Gary Payton at number 3, despite having a honestly pretty hitchy release, not an incredible release. It's not super slow, but it's not great. He's not a 3 hunter. He is still my third favorite point guard in the game. Hoff Bulldozer on him, in addition to gold precision dunker posterizer and fast twitch, is really nice, and it's something I didn't expect Gary Payton to have, is that ability to finish at a pretty high level with pretty complete finishing badges. Hoff Speed Booster, Dimer, Blow By, as well as 94 feet, Anchor, Clamps, Glove, Interceptor, Pick Dodger, and Rise to Cooper is crazy. He's the only defensive point guard in the game to get Hoff Anchor. He's one of only like I think he's one of only 2 players on this list to even have it at the gold tier, but you'll notice all 3 of the guys in the top 3 have Anchor. Nobody else on this list has it. That is a big deal. They are more versatile defensively, all 3 of these guys, than anybody else in this list on the interior. And then I think just Gary Payton is plain and simple the best defensive point guard in the game. I mean, he is unbelievably good across the board on the defensive end of the court. Ridiculous defensive animations. And D-Book push cross as well is nice to have. He's actually a pretty good finisher. Normal fade is really nice. I understand the standstill release is not one of the best on this list. Everything else about him pretty much is. That puts him in the top 3 for me, despite him not having the best release in the world. Speaking of not having the best release in the world, Luka Doncic. but Luka's 6'7", elite defender. I mean, I know his defensive badges aren't insane with his Evo, but 6'11", 6'7", 6'11" wingspan, 230-pound, like pretty big, bulky player build for Luka as well, which does help him out defensively. Hoff clamps, bunch of good gold defensive badges, also silver anchor, which is huge, helps him out a lot on the interior. 90 plus across the board on the defensive end on the perimeter. 90 speed, 96 3 ball. He's still got great playmaking and shooting badges as well. So, and he's also not even a bad finisher. 80 driving dunk. He's got gold bulldozer and fast twitch, silver precision dunker, posterizer. His playmaking badges, I mean, he's solid. Like, I wouldn't say his movement is insane, but he's got a good fade. His fade is nice, and he shoots the ball well. He does everything like. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's an elite level point guard. There is a reason people run Luka at a competitive level, and he is a lot of people's favorite point guard in the game right now still. Now, the best point guard in the game to me is actually, yes, Dante DiVincenzo. As crazy as it is to say, somehow in a list full of NBA legends and today's stars, you have Dante DiVincenzo as the best point guard in the game. That doesn't really make a ton of sense to me. At the same time, the card is incredible, and honestly, I don't mind role players having really good cards sometimes. I think it's kind of fun to use guys who generally you don't use. And like, generally we're not using Dante DiVincenzo in my team, but right now, yeah, 6'4", 6'6" wingspan. He's got decent size. He's a good shooter, good speed, good slasher. So he does all that well. I understand the slashing isn't insane. No fast twitch, bulldozer, precision dunker, posterizer, but it's not terrible. The shooting is really good though. Hoff blinders, catch and shoot, deadeye, gold agent 3, guard up, green machine, and limitless range. The shooting is legit. The playmaking is really solid and versatile as well, and he's got good sigs. And then he's also awesome defensively. Hoff clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, pick dodger, gold anchor, challenger, off pass, pogo stick, post lockdown, all that type of stuff. This card is really good as both a shooter, playmaker, and defender. He's a really good shot creator. He's got a nice release. His fade is good, and he moves well. Levine dribble style, pro size up isn't bad. Kobe escape works just fine for shot creation as well, obviously. And I guess Wiggins behind the back, if that's what he has, I like it a lot as well. I think he's kind of a beast. I really think Dante DiVincenzo truly is the best point guard in the game. As crazy as that really does sound to say, and I know it's weird. Like, it's weird to me too, the fact that Dante DiVincenzo is the best point guard in my team right now, but I do actually think he is currently the best point guard in the game. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what y'all thought of my list in the comment section down below. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.